DCYF has acknowledged in the last year an overpayment of $2 million. Polling on our air at KOMO TV suggests that people want an outside audit. Do you support an outside audit of DCYF? And if not, why?
DCYF kind of has the reverse King Midas touch. Everything they touch turns to crap. What it seems like to me is that, they were dishing out payments to providers and maybe asking questions later.
If those accountability and measurement metrics aren't adequate enough, then it would be worth looking at.
If there's any agency that we should increase funding to, it would be the state auditor, because we're going to get a return on that investment.
Of course, nobody wants fraud. Nobody wants people who are not playing by the rules to receive state funding.
These suggestions about fraud with really no basis yet. Listen, every person in Washington state is entitled to make sure that we have well-running, functioning government systems. We have a state auditor who audits our agencies every year and has many times pointed out areas for improvement. But when you look at our child care system, DCYF itself has done a number of audits. Last year, they did 29,000 consumer audits. They did 1,400 provider audits, finding no widespread abuse. Now, you can ask the state auditor to go ahead and check on that, but to cavalierly suggest that there is some kind of fraud going on when we have been doing that kind of work, I think is unfair to child care providers. It's unfair to the people who are receiving child care in this state. It's unfair to our kids, and it's unfair to the agencies who are working very hard to provide great services to Washingtonians.
Would you support an outside audit? And if the answer is no, why not?
And as you know, Chris, take fraud pretty seriously. We literally send someone to each child care provider in person every single year, at least one time a year. That happens every year in our state to every single provider. So what I would say is we take that seriously in any context. And I've always been, I think, pretty clear that, hey, our system isn't perfect. I suspect most systems aren't perfect anywhere. And our job as state, I think what Lori, the speaker, said, which I agree with, is, hey, it's our job to make sure every dollar is accountable to the people. If we see credible allegations of fraud, we take that seriously. Child care providers are no different than anybody else in our state.